Hey, everybody, this is Demia Avery of the Demia Avery Show. Thanks again for checking in with me on this Diddy trial update. It's a couple of things that went on today, but I wanted to make sure that you guys were updated, especially with Cassie's mother's testimony. It was very important that she showed up. I thought that they were going to get her good, but it looks like the defense had a little bit of trouble um, with her. So I'm going to read what I found and see what you guys think about how it worked out. So, anyway, here it goes. Prosecutor, oh, yeah, don't forget to hit subscribe, like, and share. So, here we go. Prosecutor Emily Johnson asked Regina Ventura to identify Diddy in a photo and explain how she knew him. Regina says he dated my daughter. Regina said she first met Combs in 2006 when her daughter Cassie signed with Combs' record label Bad Boy Records. Regina said when her daughter and Combs started dating in New York City, she'd see her daughter about 3 or 4 times a year. When Cassie moved to California with Diddy, Regina said she saw her less frequently, usually around the holidays. It was harder to get to her, Regina Ventura said. Prosecutors have said Combs ran a criminal racketeering enterprise in which he and some in his inner circle coerced women into participating in drug fueled Smex performances he called freak offs. Combs has pleaded not guilty to charges that include racketeering conspiracy, Smex trafficking, and transportation to engage in uh, prostitution. Prosecutors have also said Regina Ventura can testify that in December 2011, Diddy demanded she pay him $20,000 for money he spent on her daughter after he learned she was romantically involved with Kid Cudi. Regina Ventura took out a loan and wired the money to Diddy. The money was wired back to her without explanation days later, the prosecution said. Defense attorney Mark Agnifilio argued she should not be allowed to say that in court as it could be prejudicial to Diddy. But the judge said Agnifilio could object to the testimony when it comes up and he deal with it then. Regina Ventura, uh, Cassie's mother, testified that her daughter emailed her in December 2011 to say Diddy Combs was threatening to release explicit Smex tapes of Cassie. This appears to mesh with Cassie's earlier testimony that Diddy threatened her in 2011 in December when he learned she was dating Scott Mescudi, also known as Rap Kid Cudi. Oh, I didn't know that was his real name. The email said, according to Regina Ventura, the threats that have been made towards me by Sean Puffy Combs are that he is going to release two explicit Smex tapes of me, one on Christmas Day, maybe before or right after, and another one sometime soon after that. He also said that he will be having someone hurt me and Scott Mescudi, that's Kid Cudi, physically. He made a point that it wouldn't be by hands. He actually said he'd be out of the country when it happened. Regina Ventura said she felt physically sick when she read the email. The message was sent under an alias, quote, Veronica Bang, end quote, the mother said. The email was also sent to one of Diddy's employees, Regina Ventura said. I do not understand a lot of it. The Smex tapes threw me. I did not know the other person, but knew that he was going to try to hurt my daughter, Regina Ventura said. Remember, this is what Cassie said last week about the threat. That Diddy told me about videos that he had that he was going to release and that he was going to hurt Scott and I, she said, adding the videos he was referring to were smexual performances called freak-offs. Cassie also testified Combs told her Kid Cudi's car would be blown up in his driveway before it happened. Cassie Ventura's mom says she wired money to Diddy because she was scared for her daughter's safety. Regina said Diddy contacted her around the same time Cassie told Combs threatened to release sexually explicit videos of her. Regina said Combs told her he needed $20,000 to recoup money he had spent on Cassie. Regina said Combs was angry her daughter was now in a relationship with Kid Cudi. Regina said she and her husband took out an equity loan to obtain the $20,000 for Diddy. That's the only way we could get the money, she testified. Diddy's bookkeeper sent Regina Ventura an email with wiring instructions, she said. So we went to the credit union and then wired the money from her and her husband's account to the bad boy account. Okay, well, she did that to the bad boy account. I think that's where that Rico comes from because he's mixing his personal stuff to that business account. But okay, I'm going further. Regina Ventura said she did it because she was scared about her daughter's safety. She said about 4 or 5 days later, the money was returned to her account, but she did not have any communications with Diddy about it. So it goes on to say the jury sees photos of Cassie's mother took of her following beating following some beatings. So she had some photos, I guess some photos in there that showed that Cassie had been beating and it had Diddy had physically assaulted her. Regina said she testified that she took these photos to keep the evidence. Keep for evidence, I guess, for later. She was bruised, and I wanted to make sure that we memorialized it. Regina said her daughter told her at the time that she was beaten by Diddy. These photos were admitted into evidence during Cassie Ventura's testimony. Regina said December 2011 was the first time her daughter told her about Diddy being physical with her. Regina testified about a time prior to that when she read a blind item about a celebrity getting beat up in a car with no names included. She said she asked her daughter if that was about her. Cassie told her it wasn't her. Um, Regina Ventura says she visited Cassie and Diddy in LA in 2016 in August for her daughter's 30th birthday. She and Combs got into a bitter argument outside of Cassie's apartment building, and Combs stole Cassie's phone. Regina said, we were arguing about the phone. I wanted the phone back and he was holding it, she said. One of Combs' security guards was standing between them, she said. I was yelling, screaming, and trying to hit him, she said, but was unable to. Regina Victoria said Diddy eventually gave her the phone, but then he took Cassie's car. Um, and that was really it. It says the defense attorneys did not cross-examine her. He said he did not have any questions for her. So that was it for the defense and of Cassie's mother. So it's interesting how they had absolutely no questions for her. So that's it, you guys. I'm going to see if I can get another video of some other testimonies today. But I'll talk to you guys later. All right, bye.